Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Reviews from the Clubhouse, as always brought to you by Clubhouse Films. We're your hosts, Chance McDuffie and...
Jafar.
Ooh, sexy Jafar or like cartoon ugly Jafar? By sexy Jafar, I mean live action.
Yeah, I hate myself, so I'll go ugly Jafar.
Aw, but I like sexy Jafar.
Okay. Do you like ugly Jafar, though?
In cartoon form, yeah, sure.
Cartoon form, okay. I'm a hybrid.
No. So you're like... You're not ugly, but you're just like, you're not handsome either. You're like right in the middle.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, but I mean, you're a married man now, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I locked her down.
You should just stop showering.
Oh, I already have.
All right, it's Sunday, July 19th. It's a beautiful day outside. Oh, I didn't turn the AC off. Can you hear it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Cool. Anyway.
If you guys can hear the AC, it's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, so.
And it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Deal with it.
Yeah, suck it, listeners.
Yeah, fuckers. No, I'm kidding. You don't even subscribe to the Patreon anyway.
Guys, speaking of which, don't forget to check us out on all of our social media. We decided to put this in the beginning instead of the end because we don't know if people make it all the way through. Sometimes these are really long. Sometimes I talk really fast. Sometimes I don't talk at all. But don't forget to check out our social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, as Chance mentioned, our lovely Patreon.
We need to start putting some shit on Patreon.
We sure do. Don't think we've touched
What if we did like exclusive stuff? So like,
I think that'd be the whole point of Patreon.
Yeah, but I mean like, okay, so like we should do the Star Wars saga, or like the Harry Potter series, but have it drop on Patreon like 2 months earlier. And then we put a shortened version on the actual page.
Damn, Chance. Yeah. That would be harsh. I put my hand on my hip for that.
Hey, man. Money makes the world go around.
It sure does, unfortunately.
Especially for podcasts.
Yeah, guys, if you'd be interested in hearing us ramble about Star Wars or Harry Potter or Pirates of the Caribbean, we tossed around that one too.
I stopped at the third movie of that franchise.
I think we'd only do it, but maybe we'd hate watch the other ones. I don't know.
Can't.
Yeah.
You hear all the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard shit that's going around?
Not recently, I don't think.
I saw something on Facebook and Johnny Depp's like maid. So like Amber Heard, when they broke up, she like took a shit on his bed. She defecated on his bed, is what the article said. And his maid actually took a picture of it, and like they're doing all this court stuff now. And it got released as like evidence and documents and blah blah blah, and you could see like just a big pile of.
I fucking hate hearing about shit like that. No pun intended. Because
I mean, I don't know Amber Heard. I don't know Johnny Depp. You know what I mean?
I don't even know who that is. I don't think.
Let me say. You know who Amber Heard is?
I don't think so.
Have you seen Pineapple Express?
Nope. Oh, actually, that's the one with Seth Rogen and...
She's his high school girlfriend.
God, I haven't seen the movie since
She's also an Aquaman.
Nah, see, I've never seen Aquaman.
But here's my thing, though.
What's your thing?
Celebrity or not, any person who takes a shit anywhere else other than a toilet...
Or in the woods if you're camping.
You have a problem. You climbed up on that. You stood on the bed.
You deliberately
squatted, pushed out some shit, and wiped your ass on the bed, and then stepped off and was like, and was thinking, everything. Got that motherfucker. I showed him, didn't I? That's just I can't even wrap my brain around that, bro. Wow, I'd sue her too. But that's not why he's suing her.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I'm suing her.
Apparently, she was having an affair with Elon Musk the whole time too. Yeah. Him and James Franco, I guess they were like coming in and out of his like penthouse when he wasn't there or whatever, like his beach house.
First of all,
when Johnny Depp was filming, she was Elon Musk. She was fucking the smartest man on the planet.
Here's a question about that: it was Elon Musk at the time dating that one chick?
Couldn't tell you.
Grimes, is that her name?
Grimes.
Yeah, is that her name?
Rick Grimes. I don't know.
I don't know. And if he wasn't, then I mean. That makes it better for him, but
regardless, she was married to Johnny Depp.
Right. So did Jamie Foxx and Elon Musk know that they were both like...
No, not Jamie Foxx. James Franco.
Oh, James Franco? Oh, yeah. I thought you said Jamie Foxx.
James Franco.
Oh my God. That's a little worse.
He's a little weird too.
He's a little weird, but super smart. Apparently he teaches at like NYU or something.
James Franco?
Yeah, he's a fucking certified genius.
That's like Ashton Kutcher. He's got like a biomechanical degree or some shit like that.
And he also does like that he does like some child sex trafficking where he like will hunt down people, and he's spoken on like Capitol Hill a bunch of times. He's a great guy. I mean, I could see why Mila Kunis married him if he was single and I was single.
Actually,
I'm just kidding.
He left what's her name for her.
Who?
G.I. Jane.
See, I don't read the tabloids, so I don't really know any of this.
The fuck's her name? Demi Moore.
Oh, really?
Bruce Willis's baby mom.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll always remember, since I'm younger, I'll always remember.
Chance is 15, by the way.
Demi Moore from Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. She's the bad guy in that movie.
Oh, I've never seen
like,
that.
Oh my God. They like fucking squirrel fly through the city, you know what I mean? Like with the
with a wingsuit?
She had like a dress or some shit. And she was like, man, they're just flying through the city. I remember that. That's
stupid.
I mean, it's called Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. I mean, come on.
Yeah, is Charlie's Angel like a serious?
It was. Oh, wait,
franchise?
Serious? No.
No,
I don't think so. I didn't see the new one.
Yeah, that's the one with Kristen Stewart, right? And
Elizabeth Banks directed that.
Did she?
Yeah, she's.
I like her as a
watch
director.
the Magic School Bus? She's gonna play Miss Frizzle in the live action.
Yeah, I used to watch the cartoon all the time. Speaking of which, the author of those books just died.
She passed away like last week.
Very sad.
R.I.P. You know how I was thinking after Ant-Man came out, and I was like, it's only a matter of time till we get a Magic School Bus movie. Because I mean, they just shrink and they just.
That's true. Yeah.
They just do that. I mean,
they've got the technology. Yeah. We can build him. Little $5 million man.
Anyway, yeah.
That's 6 minutes.
We got a little bit of news. Only like 4 things. So right off the top, got some Star Wars news.
Love me some Star Wars.
Alden Ehrenreich, the guy who played Solo or Han in Solo, he was recently in an interview and he shed some hope on Solo too. He said that there has been conversations about the future of him playing Solo. He said nothing's concrete, but it might end up in some type of series form on Disney Plus or.
Why?
I mean,
why?
Why not?
I thought. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Solo. I had to convince you to watch that. Because if you
and
look
I finally
at it,
did, and I liked it.
It's
a lot.
Really good.
It's a very fun sci-fi movie.
Yes, if you look at it like it's not a Star Wars film.
I will say that if this movie had not been about Han Solo, it would have been great. Like if the main character wasn't Solo, and I don't even know, maybe take it out of the Star Wars realm. I don't know, but like if it was just like a sci-fi smuggler movie,
yeah,
it would have been way. It would have been well received.
Yeah, like, I really liked it, but like the thing is like, all right, we've heard like how we saw how Han met Chewie, we saw how Han got his name. Ridiculous.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah. Okay. Solo. Here you go.
Solo. Are you fucking kidding me?
This guy's got an IQ of 160. You know?
So that's on his birth certificate now. Like that's his name.
That's his name. He's just like fuck.
So when you fucking look up his social security number,
right,
it's gonna say Han Solo. So Ben, I wonder what. Never mind. Go on.
Anyways, but it's also like, okay, spoilers for Solo if you haven't seen the ending, but fucking Darth Maul shows up at the end.
Yeah.
But what Crimson is the point?
Tide.
Like, what are they going to do with that?
I think they were setting up Crimson Tide. So that like,
what the fuck is that?
That's like his. So after he took over Mandalore, when he killed Duchess Satine, Obi-Wan Kenobi's the love of his life.
Yeah.
After
she died?
Yeah, he smoked her ass in the Clone Wars. So he killed her and took over Mandalore. Hey, no problem. Took over Mandalore and then created this like huge crime syndicate called Crimson Tide. And he was basically like just the kingpin of like crime.
But like any interaction with him is going to be moot because like he doesn't.
I love how in Solo when he stands up, just and so he force pulls his lightsaber and turns it on, just in case you didn't know it was Darth Maul. But I'm just like, why are you threatening me with a lightsaber through a hologram? It's like somebody pointing a gun at you through FaceTime. Okay, you're gonna shoot me from there?
I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh no! Please don't stab me with your lightsaber. But anyway, I mean, I'd watch a Solo series. Like even if it wasn't about Han Solo, if it was about some characters that got introduced in that movie or during that time period, I would be interested in it.
Who's still alive? Like who lives in that? Who?
I think the only person that died was Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany died,
and Woody
Harrelson died.
Smoked his ass.
His Woody Harrelson's like.
You know what I love about that moment?
Girlfriend died.
Yes. That whole crew died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all those people that were introduced, they all died.
What about the smugglers that they were at war with the helmets?
Yeah, they were cool.
But no, what I like about that?
What's that?
When Han shoots.
What do you like about that?
When he shoots a fucking huge hole in Woody Harrelson's chest.
Oh, so Han does that?
Yeah, you remember?
Oh, God,
at the end when they were about to draw down on each other on the beach?
God, I don't
He's like, pew, shot him. What I love about that, so like the original cut of Star Wars, he shoots Greedo first, and then they flip-flop, and then blah, blah, blah. So
Han shot first, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I love about this is that like this whole movie, they emphasize on the fact that Han is like the good guy, even though he's a smuggler.
Right.
Like you're a good guy. And blah blah blah.
And
but
like
when his back is against the wall, he will shoot you first, and I love that. And I like he blew a hole in fucking Greedo. His body's just smoking.
Dude, I don't care. I would do that too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like I'm just standing there.
My life over yours.
I mean,
love
not
that. You
like,
specifically.
You're the good guy. I'm like, okay. You point a gun at me though, I'm gonna shoot you.
He's right in the gray area.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
He's good and bad. He's an anti-hero, if you will.
Han Solo. R.I.P. Anyway,
what?
Han Solo's dead.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like Harrison Ford.
Oh no, he got in trouble a few months back.
For what?
For his many airplane crashes.
Okay, yeah.
He was being investigated by the FAA or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, because I guess he like when he was on a runway and he took off and he flew like right over another plane.
Damn.
And then crashed. It's not funny, but I'm just like, he's crashed at least 3 times. I mean, and then people are like, they're getting to the point to be like, bro, what the fuck?
I think he flies like single engine airplanes that are like older and that are like vintage. So you gotta wonder, like, is it the airplane? Or is it him? Or is it this almost 80-year-old man piloting?
Or has Han lost his touch?
Right. Don't get me wrong, I love Harrison Ford, but it's like, give up the keys, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Have
dude's
someone
80
else fly
something. He's
around.
like 83. You think Indiana Jones 5?
God.
Nah, he's 80 something.
Is he in his 80s?
He's got to be.
Let's find out right now.
Are you excited for... This is completely off topic, but are you excited for...
If James Mangold is directing it, yeah. I think it'll be pretty cool. But, like, are they going to bring Shia LaBeouf back?
Hell no, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But, like, what's it going to be
Okay, no,
then?
he's 78.
Okay. I heard something like it'd be really cool to see, like, Short Round come back. It's like a grown-up. And, like, kind of continue on if they're not going to continue on, like, Han's son.
I thought he was dead. Did
Short
he die?
Round? I don't think so.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of Big Trouble in Little China or whatever.
Dude, totally.
I don't even think I've seen that movie though, which is crazy. Anyway, yeah, Solo 2 sounds exciting. Next bit. So the Russo brothers are developing a new Netflix film.
Yeah.
Starring Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. Apparently, this is going to be Netflix's most expensive movie, clocking in at about $200 million. Wow. Keep in mind that Netflix is officially $15 billion in debt.
What?
Yes.
Are they really?
Yes.
From what?
From everything. Like, Netflix is just like any other studio. They're not just sitting on piles of money to finance movies. So it's all borrowed money. Not all of it, but most of it is borrowed money.
Right.
So, I mean, loans and investors, producers, and such. But, I mean, think about it.
$15 billion.
I mean, they buy anything, though. Anything that doesn't get picked up, Netflix is like, oh, yeah, we'll buy it. I mean, think about fucking The Irishman. That was $150 million.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
And then all the series that they have that just kind of just get
fizzle
thrown
out,
on. Like, if you go through Netflix and you just scroll through all of... Like, there's so much shit on there.
There's so much content.
You're just like, what the... Like, I've never even heard of this show.
Yeah.
Or, like, you see an actor in it and like, oh, wow. I didn't know they were in this show. like, it's just... There's just so much shit on there. And, they just buy anything and just put anything out. Which, I mean, you know, kudos to them.
So do you think that someday Netflix is just going to be gone?
No way.
You don't think so? You think they're that big of a giant that they can't be toppled?
Yeah, I mean...
Interesting.
Think about, just the world we live in, just streaming.
Well, yeah, but
even after
someone
Netflix,
that does it better.
Even after Netflix lost The Office and all that other shit.
Yep.
Like, fucking The Old Guard got like 99 million streams.
But how's that making them money?
Subscriptions and I don't know.
Wonder how much that's making a dent in that 15 billion.
Probably nothing, but I mean...
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, but hey, I like Ryan Gosling.
As we always say, what do we know?
I forgot to. Yeah, what do we know?
Yeah.
I forgot to read the synopsis.
I love Ryan Gosling.
So this film is supposed to be an adaptation of The Gray Man, which is a book. Brad Pitt was attached to this for a while, and then he kind of dropped out. But so it's about,
that's probably for the better.
It's basically it's about a super spy who's getting chased by another super spy.
So like Gemini Man.
I get without the cloning. I'm guessing. I still haven't seen that movie.
Me neither.
I won't.
Ang Lee, what happened to you? Well, probably nothing. I just think it's a terrible movie.
I don't know. I was excited for Gemini Man at first.
Oh, really? I wasn't.
I read the reviews and I was like, okay. You know, I like action movies. I like action movies, but like, I don't want to watch an action movie that doesn't have any like. It has to have a good story behind it.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I love the Mission Impossible franchise is because there's always twists and turns, you know what I mean? Ooh. The plot is always thickening.
Ooh, they stir that pot.
But I don't just want to see people fighting and throwing motorcycles at each other and
you're saying
in a very fast frame rate and bad CGI.
Yeah, what the... Oh, my God. Don't even get me started on the frame rate. Go on to the next thing or I'm going to get pissed.
But yeah. So, what's it called? The Gray Man. Yeah.
The Gray Man.
Next bit news. So, The Falcon and Winter Soldier won't be dropping on Disney Plus in August.
Will not?
Nope. So, it was originally scheduled to release in August of this year, but because of COVID, everything got shut down. Mm-hmm. They only had 9 days left of principal shooting, and then COVID happened. But
yeah, you got to think a couple extra weeks of...
They're shooting in Georgia now.
Yep, sounds about right.
They either are getting ready to start shooting again, or they already have, and they're finishing up those last few days.
Everything's starting to ramp back up now.
Yeah, so that's kind of disappointing because I was very excited for that show.
I was so excited.
Oh man!
From when Disney released those little teasers for everything, WandaVision I'm probably most excited for. But Falcon and Winter Soldier though,
that just got extended by like 3 or 4 episodes. That season.
Oh really?
Yeah, WandaVision. Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, hey, now that COVID happened, I guess we can.
Let's make more.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The show writers were probably like, hey, I got 4 more scripts.
Yeah, that sounds interesting to me. I'd love to watch that because you know it's gonna play like a huge tie into
Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, because Scarlet Witch is in Doctor Strange too, and apparently everything she goes through in WandaVision bleeds right into Doctor Strange.
Which now is Sam Raimi? Is he still attached to direct?
You know how exciting that is.
I think it's cool.
I love it because we were like a few weeks ago we were watching Spider-Man 2, and my wife hates that movie.
Oh God,
she hates
so
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. She just hates him. And we're watching it. We're watching it, and they're like, they were trying to come up with names for Doc Ock, and he's like, he said Science Squid. He's like lame. He's like Dr. Octopus. He's like no. He's like Doctor Strange. He's like good, but it's taken. And I'm like, what are the odds that he's making fucking damn near 20 years later he's making a Doctor Strange
the first
movie.
Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, still has like one of my favorite fight scenes of all time.
You mean when he's getting his ass kicked in by the
great scene.
My friend and I, we watch that scene sometimes and just laugh because of he's really getting his ass beat. And like when we're watching it, I'm just like, look at how the Green Goblin is really on this man's ass. Like he is beating the shit out of him.
This 55-year-old man,
and like he spinning kicks, he kicks him in the chest, and like he's punching him, and he throws a bomb in his face, and it's just
that bomb is fucking. And
it's so gritty.
I love the tie back in and like the third Spider-Man
when he throws it in.
Yeah, I mean terrible movie, but that little moment is great.
He said, "Look, a little Goblin Jr. You gonna cry?"
I think Tobey Maguire is his portrayal of Peter Parker was really good as like the nerdy kid.
No way you can convince me that man is a fucking college student.
Oh,
though.
Not a chance.
My wife and I were talking about it. I'm like, do you realize that in the 3rd movie he's still in college?
Yeah.
And she's like, like the look on her face as everything was processing, and then she just looks at me and she says, "Why do you like these movies?"
Not a chance in hell. But I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like the perfect awkward,
very quippy though, and
he's just the perfect Peter Parker. And anyway, so that's pretty cool. Looks like Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer are confirmed to come back to complete the score for the Snyder Cut. So
who the fuck is Junkie XL?
I don't know. I mean, I know, but I don't know. So they and Hans Zimmer, they collabed on Batman vs Superman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I love the themes and the scores of that movie. It's very good, and especially Batman's theme. It's pretty intense. But so
I just remember the Batman theme from, I think it's Batman. Yeah. Love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Danny Elfman, I think.
Yeah, it is. Fuck.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no. Okay, so they were originally slated to do the score when Snyder was still attached to the original cut of Justice League.
Yeah.
And then he left, and then they left, and then Joss Whedon came in, and he brought Danny Elfman in to do the score for Justice League. So,
God, there's so much turmoil behind all of that.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool that they're coming back to,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
do what they originally did. I'm sure they have.
I guess they're paying them to.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they have.
Unless they got them in that contract
either
in the
entire
beginning.
score or more than half of it done. It's just sitting in a vault somewhere.
Oh, probably,
so
yeah.
They'll just probably go back and spruce it up and finish it up. And
probably won't take those guys long either.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, Bob's.
So that's pretty cool. I don't know. You haven't seen Batman vs Superman?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. That's where
did you say that
That's
name?
where Batman and Superman fight, right?
No. This is when
What's the quip? Come on.
I can't. It's too fast. But yeah, no.
I've seen that one. It's been a bit, but
it's
yeah.
all right.
I liked it.
I hate Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. He's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I remember watching that movie because we had tickets to see it that Friday night.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing, like, all of the board of Warner Brothers had a private screening of Batman vs Superman, and they gave it a standing ovation. And I'm like, you got to take that with a grain of salt, though.
Yeah.
That's like a director saying, "Yeah, I'm very excited about this film. I'm very proud of it." Like during like before the movie even comes out, like why would they say, "Yeah, this movie's a bag of shit"?
That's true.
But yeah, it's coming out next month, so be sure to. So you know what I mean? Like take that with a grain of salt. Of course, they're gonna say it was good.
Yeah.
But to the public at least. So it was like Thursday night, and I keep seeing trailers for it, and like TV spots. I'm like, God damn it! So I bought 2 tickets for that Thursday night, and then we went and saw it. And I remember sitting in the theater, and I'm like, okay. Like when it started, I was ready to go. Like when Bruce was fucking driving through the city.
That's a great part.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is motherfucking Batman. Like I'm like, this is great. He's driving through the city, everything's blowing up. Superman and Zod are fighting, and like when Bruce saves that little girl at the end, like when the building falls down and all the smoke and debris is filling up the streets, and Bruce is running straight into it. I'm like, that's Batman. And he saves that little girl or whatever, and he looks up and he sees Zod and Superman come back into the atmosphere, and he's like super mad, and like I'm like, okay,
he's super mad.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm all in. And
his Batman armor is stupid.
Right when they were at that like art gala or whatever it was for Lex, and he starts giving that speech, and he starts doing the Jesse Eisenberg like fast talking twitchy shit, and I was like, all right, here we go.
I love like, Jesse Eisenberg.
This is not Lex, and they're like, oh, it's not Lex, it's Lex Luthor Jr. And I'm like, I understand. What? Yeah, I understand. Like the Lex Luthor that we know, the bald Lex, was supposed to be his father,
but at the end he's bald. Unless he's
I understand
like, trying to
how
copy his father.
A child raised by Lex Luthor would end up like Jesse Eisenberg. But that's not the Lex Luthor Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of that character in the movie. I understand that. But that's not what I want to see. Just give me Lex. Like, why can't you just do that? It's his son.
Well, they got to change the formula, I think.
Yeah, like, why though? Why not just give me
DC is so fucked
Lex.
up.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just, I was like, this is exactly what I feared. But, and then there was just so many things about that movie. But, I mean, overall, it was all right.
Is DC too far gone to be saved?
Aquaman just made $1 billion last year.
Well, I mean, in terms of like casting and directors and the Snyder cut, and
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, J.J. Abrams is apparently making a Superman movie again.
What the fuck?
Again,
is Henry Cavill coming back for it?
He'd like to.
It's undisclosed.
He said he would love to
Really? I thought he
said he
done.
loves the responsibility of being Superman. He's like, when you're out and kids are like, you're Superman and blah, blah, blah. He's like, you have a sense
that's fun.
of responsibility. And he's like, I love playing this character. I love it. And I just want to keep doing it. But you follow him on Instagram?
Watch him build that PC?
Yeah, everybody's freaking out. He's Henry Cavill in a tank top building a PC. It's my favorite thing in the world. I'm like, what? Why? Because he's wearing a tank top?
Well, it's because, people can get their yayas from that.
Oh my God. Just watch Man of Steel. Like, when he gets out of the oven, he still those clothes.
Guy's jacked.
Have you seen Immortals? He plays
No.
Theseus. And he's this is before, he's jacked, but he's more lean and he's like a little bit more shredded.
Yeah.
And this is before he was like a truck. But but like
he looks great in The Witcher, by the way.
Yeah, he's huge.
Great.
He's fucking, I think he's even bigger than he was in Man of Steel.
Really?
I don't even know how that's, well, I get that makes sense, but like his chest is basically a fucking bookshelf.
Yeah, him and Zac Efron are really hot right now.
Yeah, everybody's tripping about dad bod.
But he does not have a fucking dad bod.
Compared to, he's not as shredded as he used to be, though. He's still in good shape, but he's not.
He doesn't have isn't dad bod considered like having a gut?
Not necessarily a gut, but you don't have like chiseled abs. Like, you're still in moderate shape. God. Like, you're not just a fat slob, but
I guess, but that means
I love
all dads are in moderate shape.
Yeah, oh no, so we were watching like a preview of his little show or whatever, Zac Efron's show, and he's eating some food, and he's like, I'm so happy to be eating carbs again, and I thought that was the funniest shit, because like,
Who said that?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron, yeah.
He's like, I'm so happy to be eating carbs again. And I was like, I can only imagine, like, to look like that. Yeah. You basically can't eat. I mean, like, you can, but like, you're eating 6 times a day, and you're eating just rice and like boiled chicken and broccoli all day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's no pasta, no pizza, no breads, no. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I guess Henry Cavill, after he shot that scene where he steals all the clothes, Zack Snyder bought him like a pie or something like that, and he ate the whole thing in one sitting. Yeah, he bought him like a blueberry pie or some shit. But like, it's crazy what they did. Like Hugh Jackman, he'll get shredded and then they'll completely dehydrate themselves, so that they'll eat, like, they won't eat, like they won't eat anything but like potatoes and like a whole bunch of starchy shit to soak up all their moisture, and they won't drink any water, and they just completely dehydrate themselves. But Hugh Jackman was like, yeah, give me a splitting headache, and I just used that for
Wolverine.
Yeah. I'm like, I can imagine you have no fluids in you, but yeah,
it's a good lead into our movie review, because we watched The Old Guard.
Yeah, wow.
And they're kind of like Wolverine, right?
Yes.
All right, take a chance. Let's hear your description.
Directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. Written by Gary Ruck. What was his name? Oh, excuse me, Greg Rucka. He also wrote the graphic novel for what this is based off of.
Is it? Okay.
It's about a budget of about $7 million. Stars CHARLIZE THERON.
Whoa.
$7 million.
$7 million?
Or excuse me, 70.
Okay, I was going to say.
My bad. I forgot to put the zero here. He said, whoa. Once you questioned it, I was like, wait, what did I say?
Phone.
Yeah, $70 million.
Okay.
So it stars CHARLIZE THERON, Kiki Lane, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. I love Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Did not know he was in this.
I knew, but I forgot until I saw his face. I was like, oh yeah. But so it's about a covert team of immortal mercenaries who are suddenly exposed and now have to fight to keep their identity a secret, just as an unexpected new member is discovered.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. First thing I wrote here is action is shot very well. Reminds me of John Wick. Punch you 2 times with my gun and then shoot you in the face. And I also wrote nothing we haven't seen before. So,
right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out and say, like, just straight up, since I don't give like numerical reviews.
Yep.
I thought this movie was all right. As far as like action movies go, if you are an action movie fan, I'd highly recommend you watch this movie. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't add anything new. It doesn't bring anything new to the table. It's a lot of the whole like John Wick, Extraction, gun fu type stuff, and maybe throw in, like an axe or a sword in there from time to time, but it's a bit of the same. But that being said, it's not like a negative thing. It's just, that's just like a nitpick.
Right.
But I thought the mythos was really cool. So these characters, they they're immortal, so like you can gun them down, but they'll heal, basically like you were saying, like Wolverine, and that's why they're like the perfect kill squad.
Yep.
And I like it because there's mythos there, but they don't feel the need to explain everything to you. Like they show you enough and say enough to where you're like, okay, like you get it, like you're on board, you're not lost, but you don't fully understand it. And I like that. Like you don't have to beat me over the head and tell me every single fucking thing about these just the premise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I like about the screenplay is they try very hard to add as much characterization as they can. Like, you know what I mean? The filmmakers do a good job of trying to make the characters, they're not just action props that, stab and kill and get shot.
I don't think they do a good enough job for that.
Yeah.
But because it's the first
movie. They
yeah.
try. You know what I mean? And that's like, for example, like Greyhound. Like there was no characterization in that movie at all.
None whatsoever.
Like they were just people just standing around yelling commands. But with these characters, you could at least feel there was something there.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that.
I appreciated that. And what else I got here? I really liked the character Niall, Kiki Lane. This is the first thing I've ever seen her in. From the moment. Okay, hang on, wait. I'm getting into spoilers. What?
I hated her.
Did you really?
I thought she was fucking
I liked her a lot.
I'm sure she's a great actress, but I thought her performance in this was so flat.
Yeah.
Her delivery of some lines in the beginning when we first see her, spoilers.
Wait, a
little bit. Yeah.
Let me see if I got anything else to say. That's not spoilery.
Spit it.
I like the camaraderie between the group. They seem like actual friends. It felt like a weird family of sorts.
I would agree. Yeah, a mismatch.
Oh, this is good. The first act was really strong. Like up until the first act was good. So like Niall, she learns like her limitations. She learns about the group, and then when shit hits the fan in the second act. And it gets into like the whole laboratory shit and all that. I'm just like, it didn't feel like it was the same movie. Yeah, and I was like, we went from her. It went from like an origin story of her and like this group into like experiments and labs and medicine and tests and then kind of back to, I don't know. It wasn't like a cohesive blend to me.
Yeah,
but. I mean, that didn't ruin the movie for me,
right?
But it just made me think for a second.
Yeah,
it made me stop watching and go, But other than that, I think the premise is really interesting. I'd be down to see another one of these. It definitely ends with a sequel ish.
Yeah, Chance and I were talking about this. I said this before. Like, I think the biggest detriment to this film, in my personal opinion, of course, is that it's set during modern day. Yeah. Like, I think the most interesting elements of this film is when we see the flashbacks and stuff. I love that.
The flashbacks looked very cheap.
They did look very cheap. It's very tight shots.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking hard. Like, because they're immortal, right? So they live throughout centuries and centuries and centuries, and having to build a set from, the 1200s to the 1500s to the 1800s. That's
my wife and I were having a conversation about this the other day, and I was like, typically when you get into like period pieces, they are more expensive.
Yeah.
Because like if it's like a Western and you got like a saloon, you got to find somewhere to build a whole town. Like you can't just, like if it's set in modern day, you just pick a fucking city that you like.
Yeah.
And you just go shoot there. But when you're dealing with period pieces, you got costumes, you got sets, you got locations. It's a lot more work. And
right.
So I understand, especially since those period pieces were flashbacks, they weren't like the main bread and butter of the story, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So I understand, like you were saying, they're very tight. So they tried to hide as much as they possibly could, and
100%.
And
like there's one flashback where, and this isn't very much of a spoiler, but Charlize Theron's character has like a mentor, someone that she really, I don't know if they loved or they were, no, the guy. That's what I'm saying. It's very like briefly touched upon.
The one that.
The black dude that...
Yeah.
I don't know his... I don't think they ever gave him a name.
I think they did. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know any of their names other than Niall.
And Andy.
Andy,
There's a reason that I know this, because she, like... I'll get to that. But like... What the fuck was I saying? I don't even know. Anyways, tight shots, but like...
Yeah. And then, like, I feel like the flashbacks were way too bright.
Yeah,
and that's why...
Bright, yeah.
Like, I get that they were outside and all that, but... You can hide a lot more.
Yeah, it didn't match the grade.
I think, yeah. I was just like, what the fuck? I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, go on with yours. Yeah.
Let's get into spoilers.
Okay.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I said this earlier. I saw the betrayal coming from a mile away.
I did not.
We were having this conversation earlier. I don't know why we have these conversations before
off the air.
We're setting up gear, and I'm like, yeah, so...
we can't help it.
But... I don't know. What's his name? Book?
Sure.
The guy that betrayed them. I saw that coming from a mile away because I'm like, okay. Sorry, I have a neck itch.
Oh, let's hear it.
They already know that this team are immortals and that they can heal, right?
Yeah.
So why would you... So if you want as many of them as possible, potentially all of them, to run these tests or whatever, why would you run up in a room, shoot all 3 of them, and then only take 2.
Grab 2, leave the other one behind.
And you know that dude's going to heal and wake up. So I'm just like, as soon as he was left there, and I was like, they're like, where's the other 2? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, yeah, this dude's definitely, this dude's definitely no good. Like, he's a piece of shit. But.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I mean, you know, it seems very typical.
Very stereotypical. Yeah. It's just, you know, it's very cliche.
Right.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right, yeah. You can have cliches
I just
that
saw
are good.
it coming from a mile away. You know what I mean? Like I said, it doesn't add anything new to the table. This is shit we've all seen before. It's just now they're Wolverine or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
well, and again, like, you know, what I said, setting in modern day, I don't know, like what's the Wolverine movie? I think it's called Wolverine, where
Wolverine when he goes to Japan?
No, I don't know, maybe it's I've only seen one of them, but it's like we see his flashbacks throughout the years, like he was alive in the 1800s, then he fought in like the Civil War, maybe.
That's Origins. Is that the one with Deadpool?
Yeah.
The shitty one.
Yeah, but like I thought that was really cool. You know, he fought in World War One, he fought in World War II, and I thought that was fun, even though we only saw it for like a second, I think, in those flashbacks. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah, that changes the formula though a little bit.
Yeah,
enough to keep it interesting. I don't know. You be the judge.
Yeah, but I said this movie was a mixed bag for me.
I went into it expecting to.
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
but I still left wanting a little bit more. But
I think that's good.
I guess that's what a sequel's for,
right?
Because I mean, like they have the base plate,
right?
And I think, I mean, it can only go. Well, that's not true. I was gonna say it can only go up, but
it could fall.
That's not how
very
Hollywood
fast.
works.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a waste to make another one of these. I was saying earlier, like Charlize Theron, she's been trying to get her. Well, they got 90 million views. Yeah. I hate when a new movie drops on Netflix. They're like, it's the biggest Netflix movie ever. I'm like, no shit. You say that every time something. That's like when people are like, online ticket sales are at an all-time high, and I'm like, yeah, because more people are buying tickets online. Yeah. That's, I mean, come on. Like whenever I would go to the movies. And I would see people standing in line to buy tickets. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
You just give them a little laugh.
Yeah, like I bought my shit yesterday and I'm walking straight in. Like,
hey, some people still like the ticket stubs. I guess you still get those though. You
stand in line, and then by the time you get in the theater, you're sitting all the way up at the.
I save all my ticket stubs, man.
Do you really?
I do. I've got them in a little box.
I used to, but I don't. Yeah.
Fun little memories. I was telling Chance, I wrote a lot. I got a lot of notes, so you go through yours first.
I liked True to Ejiofor.
Yeah.
I liked his character. I don't know. His character was kind of confusing because he went from good guy to semi-bad guy to
good guy again.
Anti-hero to good guy. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like it ends and he's like the Nick Fury of the group.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Like, I like him. He's a great actor. But
yeah, he is really good.
I think that's pretty much it, though, that I have.
All right.
I don't know. I would be interested in reading the graphic novel because
That might be your more speed. Yeah.
I like the premise. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get more info from the graphic novel. I mean, that was where it came from. That was the original. It's an original inception, I should say. But yeah, I thought this movie was all right. You know, did you like it better than Extraction?
Yes. A lot. Yes. Yeah. I like I said, I went into this movie expecting to fucking hate it. I thought it was just a cash grab on like a superhero type film, building up a team, potentially setting up a sequel. But
it basically is a superhero movie, though.
But it's fun. You know, it's gory. It's
not too gory. I love the healing effects.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You can literally see it go like piece by piece, almost like they're being sewn up.
That's one of my notes.
That was a really good effect.
Yeah. I'll hop in here into my notes. Let's see.
Oh, good.
Let's see. I really like the color grade. I think it's really interesting.
I keep hitting my glasses on the mic.
Oh my gosh, are you all right?
I'm nodding my head too much.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know.
Yeah, I think the color grade is interesting. It's fine. I like that. It seems like everyone seems to be doing their own stunts, which is really cool.
Yeah,
like
CHARLIZE Theron's kicking ass.
Yeah, she's like 45 or something, and she still
killed all those dudes in that church.
Yeah,
She's
it's fun.
slicing and dicing.
It's fun.
Fucking headshots everywhere.
So in kind of within the first 20 minutes, I think we're introduced to a squad of Marines.
Yes.
All female. I think that's really cool.
Yes.
And that's where I think like Kiki, whatever her last name is,
Lane.
Kiki Lane, yeah, that's where I think her performance is the best when she's with that group. Like they're talking to a bunch of women. They're looking for this one guy.
They're in Afghanistan.
Yeah, in Afghanistan, right? Looking for this one guy. She feels real tactical. She feels like a legit Marine. They all do. And then she goes in there. They shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Gets her fucking throat slit. Didn't see that coming. That was great. And then when she's dying, great performance. Her hands are trembling. Blood is great performance. Love that part. But that's where I think the performance for her kind of ends.
What made me invested in her as a performer and just as an actor and a character is once she woke up and then her whole battalion treated her like
all differently.
Yeah, I appreciated that whole fish out of water.
Yeah, that's really I
like,
agree. I like that.
Yeah, I liked that. I was like, oh
yeah. Cinematography, it's all right. Nothing special. I mean, it didn't have like any really good standout beautiful shots, which is a shame.
One really beautiful shot to me was when we first get to Afghanistan and we come up on like that. It was like a construction shot or something like that. It's a whole bunch of hills. The color of the sand when it contrasted with like the sky, just the way those two colors met. I was like, ooh, this is a really nice, bright, like clear, beautiful shot.
Right.
This is one thing that I remember just right now talking about shots.
Yeah, that leads me into my next thing. Like, so that town or that construction site or whatever is all like from the wide shots, from the establishing shots, it's all CGI. I get why they did it. Didn't look half bad. Like the CGI in this film is actually really good.
Yeah, like the airplane when the airplane takes off and the airplane's flying around. Yeah.
You were talking about like when they regen, like that looks great.
Yeah.
It looks so good. It's so gross at the end when she jumps out of that window.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I looked at my wife. I'm like, could you imagine your bones just snapping back into place? She was
there's a really good moment in Extraction where like they use a really good use of a dummy, and like he picks up one guy and he slams him.
Yeah.
And the thing just crumples. Looks disgusting, but
that's what Jafar did to that one guy.
Yes,
the head security guy. Oh my god, that dude, I hated that dude. I was like, somebody needs to kill this motherfucker. Like I said that out loud when that rushed. When he came in through the window, I was like, somebody needs to kill this motherfucker. And he just grabs him and he just fucking slams him on his neck and I was like, damn. Yeah, like he's fucking dead.
See, this is a good movie that uses CGI and practical effects in tandem.
Yeah, and they see
really
them together.
Well.
Yeah.
Like when I love that they're in the beginning when Are we just calling them immortals? Is that what they're called? Yeah.
Sure.
Like when it's the
They're
four
called
of
the
them.
old guard, Logan. Come on.
Yeah, but what the fuck does that even mean? They're the old guard of what? Of
The
humanity?
world. Yeah, of humanity.
Okay, stupid.
Remember, he was like, this is what we do.
Whatever.
This is what we do.
Like when they're in the beginning, they're in that helicopter. They feel really tactical, like a team. It's really cool. They headshot those two guys with one bullet.
Yeah.
Great use of a squib there. Looks good.
Hang on. Can we talk about one thing?
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Dudley being the villain in this movie.
Yes.
I was like, when I saw him, I was like, no fucking way. And I hate, like, do you seen that fucking weird ass like blazer that he had?
Yeah, with the hood. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I think it's just a hoodie a zip-up hoodie underneath.
Nah, because he had on a button-up shirt.
Did
he? He had
he?
a button-up shirt on, that blazer, and then the blazer had, like, what the fuck is, who wears that?
I love that choice though because it does feel very young CEO big pharma.
Oh my god! Like whatever. Like
it seems like something.
when I saw that, I was like, who the fuck would wear that? I mean, if you would, fuck you. But no, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, okay.
He was a good villain though.
Okay, he's a genius. He's wearing a blazer with a hoodie on it.
He was a good villain, not believable in my opinion.
His performance was nice.
Yeah, it was very good.
He's all slim and trim now.
Yeah, right.
He's got perfect Hollywood hair.
Him and
He's all curly.
him and who's the other guy from Harry Potter that people love now? He was in like a World War II. No, not a World War II show. It's like one with the CGI polar bear. Not the Golden Compass, but
no idea.
I don't know. His Dark Materials? No, I don't know.
That's the same shit.
Yeah,
though.
is it? Yeah,
It's the same
right.
series. Yeah.
But he's in that, and he played Neville. He played Neville in Harry Potter. He's
Neville
super
Longbottom.
slim and in great shape now. But yeah, but Dudley, I'm just gonna call him Dudley because I don't remember what his real name is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't even know what his name is in this movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know his real name though either. I hate us. Yeah, performance is really good. Don't believe him as a bad guy. What young CEO, big pharma, no background in military, would be this fucking vile?
Yeah, I'm about to say. Plus, why? Where did he? Was his security like privately contracted?
Right. I thought that was the CIA at one point. Because Pure Agent
he was CIA,
right?
But those people were on his payroll.
I just
so
assumed.
I'm just like, why? Like you were saying, why would the head of a pharmaceutical company have a militia?
Right. They're like, they even asked that question in the film, and they're like, nowadays, all of them do. They fucking don't.
Okay.
Maybe a bodyguard.
Oh, I'm glad you told me that.
But these
now
guys
it all makes sense.
are armed with assault rifles and like
They
grenades,
got fucking tactical gear.
batons. Yeah, they've got riot gear.
They are legit a private army.
They are. What government would let them go unchecked? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways,
what country did this movie end in?
Well, it's in like 4 different countries, but like he's in England.
Okay, that's what
first of all. Unless they're police, special police, anyways, they can't fucking carry open assault rifles like that.
I don't think they give a shit.
Whatever. Whatever. But like, back to Dudley. He fucking stabs this guy. He's like, I gotta see these effects for myself. And he fucking just
he starts
jams.
shanking him.
Who would do that?
He's like, ah! Yeah, a maniac. He shanked them like they were in prison or some shit.
Right. Who would fucking... And then at the end, he's wielding a battle axe. Like, he's gonna do some damage.
Yeah, he had Charlize Theron's axe. And I was like...
Come on.
When he was holding it, and he was like holding it very close to his face.
Yeah.
I thought that was foreshadowing to that axe getting buried into his face.
It's been great, right?
Not what happened at all.
Still fun though. I love that effect when they
It didn't even look bad. Like when she tackled him out of the window.
Didn't look that bad.
And as they were falling down, yeah, it was
I
a
thought
pretty
it was
good
on
shot.
the same caliber of this might be a slander, but I don't mean it in a bad way. But I thought it was on the same caliber of like 1917 when they do their cuts from jumping down into like when he jumps down into the waterfall in that film. It transitioned very smoothly and didn't look terrible. Anyways, I like that if they're immortal, they shouldn't really fear death, and they don't. They can get hurt.
They do.
Right. They do to a point, but
because they can be killed.
Yeah. But like when
eventually
they're in the plane
it just runs out.
like when they're in the plane, she's like, well, we'll die, but like we'll come back. It'll be fine.
Yeah, she's like, you can survive jumping out of a plane.
And I like that they answer the question like, do they feel pain? Because like that's always questioned me about Wolverine. Like, does he really get hurt?
Yes.
Right, but like his emotions don't really seem. And like in Logan, like when he's like dying, you can see him get real fucked up. But like throughout the rest of them, granted, I've only seen like snippets of him.
He still feels pain. Like he still screams and shit.
Yeah,
and, like he's hurt. But
he just powers through it, I guess.
That's what I mean. He's an animal. That's what fuels his. You shoot like that's why I love an X-Men too. There's a line. The school gets infiltrated or whatever, and there's these like the military runs up in there. And Logan's walking down the hallway and he pulls his claws out. He's like, you want to shoot me? Shoot me. He's just screaming. And I'm like, that's just perfect. Like, you want to shoot me? Shoot me. He's
Which
just
one is that?
X2.
X2.
X-Men United.
Oh, that's your favorite one. Well, you think is the best one of the best superhero films ever made.
I don't know which one is my favorite X-Men.
Let's talk about that right now.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We're not talking about
anything else.
It's
gotta be Dark Phoenix, right?
I haven't seen it. I'm not going to.
I haven't seen any of them. I think really good writing in that plane scene where, okay, here's what I wrote down. Kiki waits until Charlize Theron is asleep, ties her up. Clever. I probably would do that. Same thing. Then she holds the pilot at gunpoint, says, hey, we're going to land this.
I love the fact that she was a Marine.
Yeah.
Because
who would think of that shit?
It's typically in shit like this, it's always, like the least person you'd expect to join the group, and then they have to be completely taught everything.
Yeah.
Like Wanted or like, I can't think of anything else. But, you know what I mean, though. Like,
is that the one where they curve the bullet?
Yeah.
Wouldn't work in real life, but go on.
Yeah. But I was glad that she was already up to speed. Yeah.
She's capable. She's on the same caliber as him.
She fucking rolled up in there and saved all of them by herself.
I love it. It's great. She's a badass. Holds that pilot at gunpoint. Really good. Tells him to land a plane. And we think, she's going to get out of it. This is how. And then it's, you don't speak Russian, do you? Yeah, right. I love that. Yeah. She's like, she won't shoot you, but I will. And then she says some Russian word, no subtitles, so we don't know what the fuck that means. Guy falls. So I guess he's an immortal, or was that a blank? Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she missed.
I don't know if we saw an impact wound on that guy's head.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Anyways.
There was no blood spatter. So.
I'm guessing. But
she didn't have blanks.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, because she shot Kiki in the head. So I would
assume that guy is one too. How many of them are there?
No way.
I don't know.
He'd be part of the fucking squad.
Yeah, I guess
he wouldn't have a choice.
Anyways.
None of us had a choice.
Yeah. That whole scene, really clever. She's like calling her bluff. Pilot wakes up. There's so many things going on in that. Just in that little moment, it keeps the audience guessing like, oh, what the fuck? Well, I thought we were, oh no. Okay, cool. Loved it. Thought it was great. Fight scene, the fight scene in the plane is fun. Mm-hmm. Again, like that they're doing their own stunts.
Yeah, I was telling Logan before the show, my wife didn't want to watch this movie at first. She's not very into like action movies and stuff. But we're this far into the movie, and it was right after the fight on the airplane. She just looks at me and goes, "It's pretty good so far." And I was genuinely surprised. I'm like, "Oh yeah,
that."
And she's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm not enjoying it as much as you are, but cool."
Hey, at least someone is.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I'm entertained.
Right. One of my favorite things, they actually shot on location. Like, they shot in, and I can tell you, because I wrote them down.
How professional.
I try my best. They shot in Morocco, Kenya, Somalia.
I feel like
they shot in...
Every spy action mercenary movie, it has at least one scene in Morocco.
Yeah, you're right. God, I can't wait to get to my dislikes. Holy shit. Because there are some things that are fucking cringeworthy. They shot in the UK. So they shot in some really good places. And I really enjoyed that.
That's that $70 million budget.
Yeah.
And then Charlize Theron.
Right. Yeah.
And Truta Ejiofor.
She's got to be expensive.
Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Love the fact that Jafar and the other guy openly gay and they make out on screen. Great inclusion of,
I love that speech.
Culture.
He's like, bro, we've been together for like a millennia.
Right. Yeah,
like,
you literally him to a boyfriend?
You literally can't comprehend what we have.
And those guys are like I thought they were going to make some like slander, like, fuck you gay guys or some shit like that.
And I love that moment, like once they start kissing all the dudes in the room.
They're just like look at each other.
They're kind of marinating what he just said.
Yeah.
Like,
That's some deep shit. If someone ever told you, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
I love that. Flashbacks that were cool. Do seem cheap. They kept them tight though. That was nice. The best flashback though was when it's Charlize Theron's character and the other chick
from The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
the Korean chick. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're Vietnamese. We're
yes.
Where they're
I'm the one who told you that.
Right, yeah.
What the
where
fuck?
they're like being convicted of being witches, and then they're
if she floats to the tippy top, that means she's a witch. We gotta burn her.
Oh my god!
No, that's fucked up though. They put her in an iron cage and just dropped her, and she just drowned over and over again.
You gotta presume, like what, 500 years? Salem witch trials were in the 1500s, I believe.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Terrible.
That's like Prometheus, right? He's the god that would get was sent to be plagued by death again and again, where seagulls will like pick out his innards every day, but then he'd relive it.
The fucking lighthouse. I don't think it was Prometheus though. It was somebody else who challenged
I don't
Prometheus.
remember.
It was someone who because Prometheus was the one who like cursed him, and that's why he was stuck. I can't remember who the other one was. It was somebody who like was envious of him and basically just wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah,
and that's who Willem Dafoe is supposed to be. But,
still though, very.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, he's supposed to be Neptune. I can't remember.
Poseidon, god of the sea. Who knows?
Yes. I can't remember. I watched it. The whatever it is, Watch Mojo when I explained it. The Lighthouse explained. But yeah.
All right. Do you have any major dislikes that you want to throw out there, or should I just
that I can think of off the top of my head.
Pop right in because I've got a bunch.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Some people may say I'm super critical. I don't know. Maybe not. But I would hope someone's as critical as one of our films, because I think it only helps you as a filmmaker.
About that all the time. Like if our careers actually go anywhere.
Yeah. They will, baby.
Yeah, but you remember in that podcast when you said that you didn't like J.J. Abrams? Well, that's kind of not what I said.
He had a role for you, but now he doesn't.
It's kind of not what I said. I said I think J.J. Abrams is a great director as far as setting up shots and what you actually see on the screen. But his stories are very borrowed from a lot of other stuff. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
All right. Actually, I don't have that many dislikes as I thought I did. Charlize Theron, great actress, no doubt about it.
Academy Award winner.
Yeah. I thought her, performance in this was good, but it seems like in all of her action films, she plays the same character. And that can be said for it, not just, her, but like male characters like Chris Hemsworth at times. Liam Keanu Reeves, Liam Neeson. I mean, but
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, I watched The Devil's Advocate the other day.
Never heard of it.
Al Pacino, Charlize Theron.
No.
Keanu Reeves plays a lawyer who...
Interesting.
And Al Pacino's the actual devil.
Yeah. Oh, really?
He's trying to bring the Antichrist to life. Yeah, it's a crazy movie. Anyway.
That's not that Constantine one?
No. They are making a Constantine 2, apparently.
With him?
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Wow.
It's in talks. But yeah.
God, he's really blowing up right now again.
The Keanu-sance. This dude had 3 movie comebacks.
Yeah.
The first one was with The Matrix. No, wait.
I think you're right. Then Bill and Ted.
No. So the first one was with Speed, because he was doing Bill and Ted and all those like fucking Titans and shit. And then Speed, and then he kind of...
How do you make a trilogy out of those? Oh my God. Anyways.
Then, what, Speed?
Yeah.
Speed. I never said Speed 2. Speed 2. Fucking Willem Dafoe's the bad guy. He's trying to blow that boat up.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's fucking great. I can't remember like the ins and outs. I remember that movie being bad, but he's got like long like beach hair in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Willem Dafoe.
It's one of my favorite things when you get excited
that dude
about
makes
something.
At least like 3 movies a year or more.
Oh yeah.
Like he's always working.
Yeah, he's working.
I didn't know he played Jesus in a movie.
Which one? I didn't know that either.
I don't know the name of it. I just remember him talking about it.
Anyways, yeah. She makes the same faces all the time. Whatever. But she's
only
great.
got one face, Logan.
She does? Oh, shit. Anyways, all right. This is one note, but it applies to all of it throughout the film. The opening song during the title drop is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Not saying that the song itself is bad, but the songs just in this entire film,
it was very jarring that there were songs with lyrics.
Yes.
Because it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit.
Thank you.
I'm like, why is there like a beat pop song?
Yeah,
in the
again,
middle of...
not bad songs on their own, but it does not fit the tone. It does not fit it whatsoever. I love that, they have, when they're in Morocco, they have a pop song that's like sung in, is it Moroccan? Do they speak there? I don't know. But it's sung in their language and it's fun. And I love that they include that culture and everything. But I don't know. It still just feels weird. The voiceover in the beginning, a little cheesy, when we see them. But that's only like 20 minutes into the film. It's not like they're showing the end of the film at the beginning. They're showing
when they got gunned down, you should have heard my wife. Like, when they got shot, because she didn't know what this movie was about at all. So I knew. Yeah. So once they got gunned down, she goes, oh! And I was like, I just looked over at her. I'm like,
now that's one of my.
I'm like, dear, we're only like fucking 10 minutes in. So, either this entire movie's a flashback or they're gonna get back up.
Right. The whole part of them getting gunned down and the whole wriggling of the body, I think that is so stupid. Yeah. That's not how fucking people die in real life. It's a movie, Logan. I don't care.
You have to have some level of...
Also, when people get shot... I gotta say this. When people are wearing Kevlar vests and they get shot and the bullet doesn't go through and then they get shot again, that's not how Kevlar works. If you get shot...
The whole thing gives, right?
The Kevlar has to be rewoven.
Yeah, I was going to say in the fibers, and then it's compromised.
Yeah, it can maybe stop a bullet for sure, 2 bullets maybe, but like it can't be reused again unless you've got a fucking plate in there that
like
just
for Vendetta. He's like, no, what do you have of bullets with the hopes that by the time you've emptied your whatever he said, I will no longer be standing.
You're the man with quotes.
That movie's too. His vernacular is too much for me. I'd have to read those monologues.
The
like,
vile and I love the
he said,
Can you spit that?
I stand humbly as a Velibarian citizen, both. I don't remember. He's depicted as both victim and villain.
I'd never seen that movie up until like a year ago.
Hugo Weaving. Remember the 5th of November. We gotta watch that 5th of November. We should review that for the 5th of November.
All right.
Even though that's for a holiday that's not even.
Fuck it, it's not ours, but that's.
Do they even celebrate that anymore?
I think so. Yeah. I think it's more of like a
treason and plot.
I don't think it's like
no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. The only thing you and I have in common, Mr. Creedy, is that we're both about to die. I love that movie. We were talking about that the other day with a friend.
That's a good one.
It's a good movie. Anyway, we're not here to talk about V for Vendetta. Or are we?
I don't know.
We can talk about whatever we want.
Stick around for a review. No, I'm just kidding.
What do we know?
Kevlar, that's not how people die. Whatever. I get it.
That's not how people die.
It's Hollywood. If someone gets fucking shot, they crumple to the ground.
They get fucking riddled with bullets.
If they don't just stand there 1,000 times.
But it looks cool.
It does not look cool. It looks fucking cheesy as shit.
But then you're like, damn, they're dead for sure.
I get it. Whatever.
But are they? What a twist.
I have one thing that I think is hilarious. I'm gonna save it to the end as my last little gripe. But carrying swords and axes into battle, we talked about this. That doesn't feel. I get it in. They were using. The Japanese army was using swords in World War II, but only
more
officers.
Like a thing. Yeah.
Like an officer would carry a pistol and a sword. Because I get it. You're in those tight quarters and you got to stab someone. But the guns were not as advanced as they are nowadays. So carrying a fucking battle axe into battle in the 21st century doesn't make any sense.
But I will say, because those dudes completely emptied their clips and then they stood back up, which is why,
that's good for then. And I like the fact that like she uses a
like,
sword.
Fuck, really? Right. They're freaking out. I thought that was hilarious.
So those guys must not have known. The CIA must have sent them in under the.
But how is that the case? Because
we've got some.
Truetel Ejiofor knew. He knew that there was something.
Yeah.
Because he had done all that research.
See, I think
so he sent
knew
all those dudes in there fucking blindly.
Die, yeah.
That's fucked up.
He must have said, we got some HVTs coming in, just kill them, and then we're done. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, okay. This applies to all movies that do this. As true to Legend of 4 is watching the playback of them getting up. Where the fuck is that angle of that camera in the actual place? Yeah, it would have had to have
been right, not even above the door that they came in, because it would have had to been a little bit.
It was facing them as they walk in. There's standing.
A few cameras. There was one in like a corner that she like took out.
But we had only seen the perspective of the one where she goes and looks into it, and that's off the side.
Because we saw the ones. Oh no, wait.
But that one was destroyed though.
Didn't we see two different angles?
I don't know.
I think because I know we saw one from the front, because I remember when they played it back. You know how she falls to her knees and she does a whole twitchy thing that you don't like. when he plays it back, she doesn't do that. She falls to her knees and she falls flat to the ground.
But then I remembered that.
But then there was another shot from behind, and we see them get gunned down from. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few different angles, but yeah.
Nevertheless, if you have an angle like that in the film, show us where the camera is, so like we can, because like that wasn't on a soldier. There was no motion to the camera. I don't know. It's fucking weird. It just doesn't make any sense.
It had a security camera in the middle of the ceiling, in the middle of the room.
Right. So you're not gonna get behind
a 360-degree camera. In the middle of the room.
Oh God.
Hanging
just
from
be
the
conscious
chandelier.
of that. Just it's something that breaks immersion.
You think this is a ceiling fan, but really it's a big ass camera.
It's got one camera on
and
each
they
blade,
all spin,
so you can't
creating
see
a 360-degree angle.
That wouldn't even work. That would, for a still, it'd take a composite. Oh my God, whatever. Okay, hilarious. And here's the only reason why I remember Charlize Theron's character's name. So she shoots the chick, Kiki, in the head, and she goes, "What's your name?" Shoots her, and she goes, "Blah, blah, blah." Shoots her. She's dead, quote unquote.
You can call me
Andy. Who the fuck is she saying that to? Like,
yeah, when she said her name the
dead.
first time, she said it so fast. I still
What?
don't know what her name.
Yeah,
I
me
literally.
neither.
She said it, and I was like, "Was that even English?"
Yeah,
like in my
I don't
head,
think
and
it
I looked
was.
over at my wife. And I'm like, "What did she say?" And then, I was like, "Andy," and I'm like, "All right, cool."
All right.
I got that.
Easy. But that's such an 80s thing to do. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But he even said that when I don't know, whatever. Yeah, good acting, bad dialogue. Just, I think some of the dialogue is cringy and very cheesy.
Charlize Theron, she does Manic so well. Like after she gets shot by old boy,
she does.
and she's on the ground. She's like, "No!"
Yeah.
She's like freaking out. It made me uncomfortable because I felt her distress.
She's always like in Hancock.
You should see fucking The Devil's Advocate. It's on Netflix. Like she loses her mind in that movie. Like
that's hard to do.
Her character,
convincingly too.
Like it's very convincing. That's
great.
It's sad.
Again, I think she's a great actress. I do.
Academy Award winner.
Has she? No, she hasn't won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Nope. No, I am. She played that serial killer chick.
Oh, yeah, that's
in
right.
Monster,
where she like totally
by,
changed her face.
Yeah, she gained
too.
like fucking 30, 40 pounds. Patty Jenkins made that movie.
Yep, Patty Jenkins. Yeah, love Patty Jenkins.
Christina Ricci's in that.
So, I think the fight scene in the plane shouldn't have had music whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I love a good no music fight scene.
Yeah, but it gave it like a
little
Know,
character.
it gave it, it gave it like a upbeat sense to me. Like it gave it like I didn't feel
montage.
Like it didn't feel as lethal.
I get that. I get that. If it was a serious moment, then maybe
she gets on the plane and she chugs like a half a bottle of vodka, and then she just goes to sleep. And I was like, I think when she grabbed the bottle and she's chugging, I was like, Jesus Christ! And then she just goes, just puts it back in and just lays down and goes to bed.
If they're immortal, is that like? Does their metabolism like who's the character that
I don't think so because they're not like super strong or anything.
Yeah, I
like
guess that's
that.
true. They don't need to constantly eat. They're just basically humans.
They can just drink as much as they want and not have like liver or kidney failure.
Yeah,
which is
that's
cool.
True. Yeah, didn't think about that.
They could burn away all the lining of their stomach and it would grow right back.
Yeah, I guess that's how that works.
Piss and blood.
So there's a flashback where like we see Charlize Theron's character get stabbed, and like she doesn't like that's where we realize like she's not regenning. She gets stabbed, but then we see that flashback again of her getting stabbed for like from Kiki's point of view, or maybe it was Charlize Theron's point of view.
Because she touches her shoulder.
We just saw that, so like, why are you showing that flashback again? I think it's unnecessary. It was
my wife didn't even. She didn't gather that she wasn't healing until she was getting stitched up.
I guess, yeah.
And I don't know how she was like,
but you like know like that's gonna be a whole.
She's like, oh, she's not healing anymore. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? You didn't see when she changed her jacket because it was covered in blood.
That bothered me. And then again, this modern day music just really I just hate it. So yeah, those are I have some general notes too.
What was your last gripe?
Just the music.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, again, I wrote it down 4 times. I hated the music. I hated the fucking music.
Music was great.
And I just have some general notes. Might be funny, might not. She asks, a group of girls like, "Hey, would you like me to take the picture for you?" Because she's in the background. Yeah. But she needs to go into the recently deleted photos and delete that there. She didn't do that, so they could recover that photo. Girl, you don't know how phones work.
That is a good point, Logan.
Thank you.
You son of a bitch.
Also, right before she hops on a plane, has a phone call, she destroys the phone, right? Mm-hmm. Why do people do that? You don't need to destroy the phone. Just destroy the SIM card. That's all you got to do. You don't have to destroy the whole phone. Yeah, but whatever. It's fine. Little interesting thing. So this film was not shot on film, right? Shot digitally. I've got some camera specs I can talk about here in a second because I know everyone's dying to hear those. But it is interesting. It looks like they added like a film grain overlay to make it look like it was shot on film. You could see some, or the ISO was just set way too high. I don't know. I doubt that though, because goes on to one of my next notes. There was 2 cinematographers, 2 DPs on this film. That's like unfucking heard of. I mean, It's not unheard of, but it's unnecessary. I can only imagine either one of the cinematographers dropped out halfway through, or they were just collabing or something. I guess but it's weird though.
They paid 2 cameramen.
Yeah, that's weird.
To do one job.
One of the DPs, and he's credited first, so maybe he's the main one. He was the cinematographer for The Hurt Locker and United 93. Great films.
I haven't seen United 93.
Really good, actually. Shot beautifully. That's one of my favorite films.
Actually, I think Renner got a nomination for that movie.
I think he did too. His performance in it is amazing.
I can't remember. Have you ever seen American Hustle?
No.
Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Amy
Don't
Adams,
think so, no.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I've already said no.
Who are we talking about? Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner, yeah.
I think he got. I don't remember.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like Jeremy Renner.
People hate on him because he's not like a leading man.
Hey, he was in first film I ever saw him in was in 28 Weeks Later.
First film I ever saw him in was SWAT with Colin Farrell and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah,
LL Cool J. That's right. And I was like, he's Hawkeye, perfect.
And just a general question: what happens if you cut one of these guys' heads off? Do they grow a whole body back?
I don't know. Like, if they lose a limb, does it grow back?
Are they like, what are those things, like geckos? When you cut their tail off, they grow the tail back?
Like worms? If you cut a worm in half, doesn't like the other half grow
Isn't that
into
right?
a worm?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But like, if you cut their head off, are they going to grow a new head? Or is there...
Like Deadpool, yeah. baby hands.
Right. They don't go that in depth. I'd like to see that. And again, last thing, I think the biggest detriment to this film is that it's set in modern day. I think it'd work really well if it was set back, in the 1800s, 1600s,
I don't know, though,
whatever.
I mean, like, what are they fighting? Just a warlord who wants to take over other kingdoms?
There's some fun stories there. It could be anything.
But then,
it could be
think
poverty.
about it, though. They're not getting riddled by bullets. They're going to get hit with arrows and spears and shit.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, but...
I love that. But I think it'd work really well as a TV series, too.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think so, too.
And, like, maybe if it ever... because you could follow different characters. You could have 2 characters in one season. The next season, it could be set in a different time period. You could tell little stories. Like, little,
vignettes.
Parts. Yeah, whatever.
Is that the right word? Vignette? No.
Don't know.
Who knows?
I'm not an Oxford scholar. I don't know.
What do we know? Am I right?
So here I've got some camera specs and stuff like that. They shot this film on the Arri Alexa 65, which is a 65 millimeter format. It is all digital camera. A lot of times you'll see this. It's not uncommon. They also shot this on an Arri Alexa LF, which is a full frame camera, and then an Alexa Mini, both LF. It's not uncommon to see that. A lot of times you'll shoot most of your film on one camera. Any like opening shots or establishing shots, you'll try to shoot it on the same thing. If you can't, you'll shoot it on something like a Mini or something like that. It's easier to maneuver. You don't have to rig it up as much. Like if you have any helicopter shots or if you have a drone shot and you need to put the camera on there too, you can do that.
I will say, speaking of that, I love the shot when they're in the Humvee and they're driving across the desert and the camera like goes across the plane and we move into the Humvee. That was a beautiful shot.
Good one, right? Anyway. Shot in 6.5K resolution. Not surprising again. A lot of people just think like, hey, this is released in 4K. It must have been shot in 4K. A lot of films are shot in 8K, 12K, whatever you can. And then if it's film, it'll be converted to a digital format. Or if it's shot in 8K, it'll be compressed into a 4K format. Makes the file size a lot smaller. A lot of places won't let you show a movie in 8K because they can't handle it. A little interesting. Shot digitally as well. They use the Hasselblad, I think is what they're called.
Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff, yeah. Hasselhoff Prime Films. Lenses. I've never heard of these lenses before. I'm sure they're like industry standard or something. And then the last thing is shot in my favorite aspect ratio, which is 2:39 by 1. Love it. Love that aspect ratio. And if you're not familiar, the aspect ratio is
the size
those
of the image.
Black bars that are on the top compresses it a little bit more, makes it a little bit wider. I was
researching aspect ratios the other day.
I love it. I think it's makes it, it's the closest thing digitally I think you can get to a regular film aspect ratio, which I think like the most common format was 2:35 by 1, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
That's all I got. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed this. I thought I was gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was just gonna be like kind of like Extraction. I'm like,
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean,
I was a lot. Excuse me. I was a lot more entertained than I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
Be. So. I'd like to see a sequel. I would see a sequel of this.
I probably would too. It's not like Extraction where if there's a sequel, I probably wouldn't give a shit. I would probably never watch a sequel of that film, but I'd watch a sequel of this.
Joe Russo's working on the screenplay for the sequel to Extraction.
I don't care. I still don't care.
We're probably going to review it.
Yeah, probably. Fuck.
Hey, man.
It's fine. It's our job.
Yeah, sure. Does he get paid for jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so... that's our review. Moving to watch list. I don't know if I mentioned this last week.
Yeah.
But I'm watching Perry Mason. It's a HBO series. It's a remake of an old show. It's like a private eye. It takes place in 1932. And I don't know what he's private eyeing yet.
I've never heard of
I haven't gotten that far into the first episode. But it stars Matthew Rhys. He's from The Americans. He's from...
you did tell me about this, yeah.
Almost said Once Upon a Time to Be Your Neighbor. Won't you be my neighbor?
Be a great
He's in that
great
Mowgli
mashup.
movie. Yeah. I like him, though. He's great.
Yeah.
He's from Wales.
Wales, London. Is that where that is?
Somewhere over there, yeah.
I think so.
Christian Bale's from Wales.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does surprise me.
Yeah, it's a good show. I like it because, I like it's almost it feels very noir just because of the time period.
Yeah.
But
cool.
I mean, he is a private eye, so
I do love me a private dick. What? That's what they're called, man.
I didn't say anything. Yeah. So it's on HBO, so I'd recommend you check it out.
I've not been watching anything other than Friends, just because it's easy to throw on and I can do work while I'm watching it. That's not true. I've been watching a little Futurama. Still favorite show of all time. My God, I love that fucking show.
I watched A Quiet Place the other day. I had it playing in the background while I was writing.
I've never finished it. I got halfway through it. Maybe halfway, maybe 40 minutes or so.
Dude, Quiet Place 2 was supposed to come out in March this year.
There's no, yeah.
Oh my god,
Next year.
Oh man, that was my most anticipated movie of the year.
Really?
Fuck yeah,
Not
man.
Tenet?
I mean, well, no, because A Quiet Place, because it's a sequel, I'm more anxious to see what else is going on, because it takes place both right after the first movie, and we see like day one of when the things come. Yeah,
they'd have to, because how could you watch another silent film?
Plus, you get Krasinski back. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck, you didn't finish the movie.
Hey, thanks for ruining that for me,
Logan.
I don't really care.
Well, I was about to say,
I don't really care.
How long ago did you start the movie and you still haven't finished?
It's been like 6 months.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
But what else? I watched something else. Oh, I watched Midsommar.
How do you have fucking time?
I literally just, because I don't have a job, Logan. I just sit in here and wallow in my own self-pity, and then
Touch
I'm like,
yourself.
I'm like, yeah, at least twice, and then I'm like, I should probably do something. So,
I should do something else, right?
And then I start writing, thinking about touching myself. But by then, I'm at least 3 pages into whatever it is that I'm writing, and I'm too invested. But no, seriously, I put Midsommar on in the background because I hadn't seen it since it came out. And,
that's what's the girl who's in Black Widow, right?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, Florence Pugh.
Her performance in that movie is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've wanted to see that for so long.
It is something. I love
the color grade in that film.
It is a something movie.
His shots are so symmetrical too.
It is. Ari Aster. He did The Witch, The Vitch.
Yeah,
because it's like 2
I know
V's.
you like that one. Yeah.
That is a great movie. Like, oh my god, she talks to the devil in that movie, and he's like, "What dost thou want?"
In The Witch, or
yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Is it like really scary?
It's not. No, it's not like your typical like jump scares and shit like that. Like the Conjuring movies. It's not like those, or like the Insidious movies or anything like that. It's very it's a very slow burn. It's these pilgrims that get exiled from their village, and they have to go. He and his family, because he's too radical, and he and his family have to go out into the woods and build their own house.
What year is it? Is it modern day or
1800s?
Oh, okay.
And
it's too radical for the 1800s.
Yeah, they're like, bro,
holy shit.
And like, you keep defying us and blah blah blah. And he's like, you know what, man, fuck you guys. You guys are false Christians. And they're like, get out of here. And they
go on, girl, get.
Yeah, go on, get. And he goes to the woods, and he builds this house with his wife and 4 kids. Wow. He's got the twins. 5 kids.
Oh.
And the baby,
shit.
the youngest one. So the oldest daughter is like playing. The oldest kid, she's playing with the baby. She's playing like peekaboo or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And it gets taken, right?
Yeah. The witch takes the baby and blah blah blah.
I've seen that little scene, but I stopped it right there because I'm like, this looks
really
fucking
cool
good.
though, because it's this family is like, they just spiral into madness, and just and all of the dialogue is like so biblical. And
I want to watch it. I do.
What dost thou want? She said, what dost thou offer? And his hand comes out of the shadow, and it's like black, and he's got long nails, and he's just like, he puts his hand on her shoulder. Everything. And it's like, it just freaks you out, man. Because like, yeah, it's good. That movie's really why I don't like goats. Well, no, I never liked goats. Because like, it's so weird. Like, I don't understand why anytime you see something like devilish or like sinister, or there's always like goat heads and ram heads.
Yeah, he's supposed to have like the legs of a goat and the horns of one as well, but like walks on 2 legs or something.
Don't trust goats.
Well, I have a pet.
I would never eat a goat.
I have a pet goat. You would never eat a goat?
Nope.
Huh.
It's like you're eating the devil.
Huh, I guess.
What dost thou want?
Third time.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's good chilling stuff. But yeah, you should watch The Witch.
I want to.
You should watch Midsommar. It's definitely a...
the problem is like, that's on like Netflix, right? The Witch.
The Witches, yes.
So I'm afraid if I watch that, it's going to... Because Lucas and I share a Netflix account. I'm afraid it's going to suggest scary movies, and she's terrified.
It's not that kind of scary movie, though.
Doesn't matter.
It's more psychological, and like...
She gets scared of butterflies, dude.
Like, this man is really struggling to just be a man of God, and he just fears that ultimately his just his actions and him leading his family down the wrong path will damn them.
I tell you what, I'll try to watch it tonight.
Watch it. It's good. I think LaCrystal would like it. It's not like a.
Oh, she won't.
You don't see like terrifying imagery and shit like that though. It's not really.
Yeah,
I think she'd be surprised. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know her better. I mean, that's your wife. But I don't know. I
don't know. What do you know?
I'd recommend it. Yeah. I mean, what do I know? But yeah, she should watch that, man. It's pretty good. It's not. Yeah. It's not what you think. Promise.
Is it?
Because I don't typically go for.
Keeps going.
Guys, I don't typically go for like your run of the mill horror movies. Like my wife loves the Conjuring movies. I like them, but they're not.
What about
my
Blair Witch?
Favorite.
That's my favorite horror film. I love Blair Witch.
I watched that recently.
That's a really good one. Probably hasn't aged that well.
It's aged, yeah. But I mean, we were talking. I like because a lot of it's what you don't see.
Yeah.
And
so psychological, yeah.
Man. You gotta watch it because they start to think that the oldest daughter is a witch, and yeah, it's good.
Well, guys, that's the show.
Yeah.
Got nothing else to add.
Nope.
Actually, I do have one thing. We are changing up the format a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Instead of episodes dropping every Saturday morning at 10 a.m., new episodes will be launching every Wednesday.
Yes.
That's Wednesday for us.
Because now we're recording
Americans.
on Sundays.
That's right. Every Wednesday at 10 a.m., new episodes will go live. So this episode is going live today, baby. Wednesday, which is not today, Wednesday, when we're recording it. But I'm speaking to you in the future.
Because we're fifth-dimensional beings.
Right. Yes, like I said, I'm embracing it. We are fifth-dimensional beings.
Exactly.
Anything
Welcome
else?
to the club. No, that's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We hope to catch you on the next episode. Peace out.
Adios.